What's up, everybody out there in YouTube land? Wrath2501 here. Alright, guys. So, here we are. Welcome to the first video of the Halloween extravaganza. I hope you guys are enjoying this. I hope you guys will enjoy this. So this is not the first video. This is Jeff the Killer by D.N. Bray. Alright, this is an SFM creepypasta. Alright, so I figure I might as well start off with something good here. Alright, so let's see what's going on and go. Jeff the Killer. Man, this is an old-ass creepypasta. Story doesn't make a lot of sense.
From a local newspaper. Anonymous unknown killer is still at large. After weeks of unexplained murders, the anonymous unknown killer is still on the rise. After little evidence,
it's not anonymous, it's anonymous.
He has survived one of the killer's attacks and bravely tells his story. I had a bad dream and I woke up in the middle of the night, says the boy. I saw that for some reason the window was open, even though I remember it being closed before I went to bed. I got up and shut it once more.
Never a good sign.
Afterwards, I simply crawled under my covers and tried to get back to sleep. That's when I had a strange feeling, like someone was watching me. I looked up and nearly jumped out of my bed. There, in the little ray of light illuminating from between my curtains, were a pair of two eyes. They weren't regular eyes, they were dark, ominous eyes. They were bordered in black and just plain out terrified me. That's when I saw his mouth, a long, horrendous smile that made every hair of my body stand up. The figure stood there, watching me. Finally, after seeing what like forever, he said it, a simple phrase, but said it in a way only a madman could speak. He said, "Go to sleep." I let out a scream. That's what sent him at me. He pulled up a knife, aiming at my heart. He jumped on top of my bed. I fought him back. I kicked, I punched, I rolled around, trying to knock him off me. That's when my dad burst in. The man threw the knife. It went into my dad's shoulder. The man probably would have finished him off if one of the neighbours hadn't alerted the police. They drove into the parking lot and ran towards the door. The man turned and ran down the hallway. I heard a smash like glass breaking. As I came out of my room, I saw the window that was pointed towards the back of my house was broken. I looked around at it.
That's your house? That's a long-ass house.
I can tell you one thing. I will never forget that face. Those cold, evil eyes. That psychotic smile. They will never leave my head. Police are still on the look for this man. If you see anyone that fits the description in this story, please contact your local police department. Jeff and his family had just moved into a new neighborhood.
Come on, guys, it's Halloween! They're happening! You can't stop it!
To live in one of those fancy neighborhoods. Jeff and his brother Luke couldn't complain. A new, better house. What was not to love? As they were getting unpacked, one of the neighbors came by. "Hello," she said. "I'm Barbara. I live across the street from you." "Well, I just wanted to introduce myself and to introduce my son." She turned around to call over her son. "Billy, these are our new neighbors." Billy said hi and ran back.
Billy's a freaky looking kid.
"Well," said Jeff's mum, "I'm Margaret, and this is my husband Peter, and my two sons, Jeff and Lou." They each introduced themselves, and then Barbara invited them to her son's birthday. Jeff and his brother were about to object when the mother said that they would love to.
No.
When Jeff and his family had done packing, Jeff went up to his mum. "Mum, why would you invite us to some kid's party? If you haven't noticed, I'm not some dumb kid." "Jeff," said his mother, "we just moved here. We should show that we want to spend time with our neighbours.
Why?
Now, we're going to that party, and that's final." Jeff started to talk, but stopped
I never
himself,
spent time with my neighbors.
knowing that he couldn't do
anything.
anything.
I've been to lots of places. Never spent time with my neighbors. Why? Because I don't like them.
He walked up to his room and plopped down on his bed. He sat there looking at his ceiling, when suddenly he got a weird feeling. Not so much a pain, but a weird feeling. He dismissed it as just some random feeling. He heard his mother call him down to get his stuff, and he walked down to get it. The next day, Jeff walked downstairs to get his breakfast and get ready for school. As he sat there eating his breakfast, he once again got that feeling. This time it was stronger.
It's
it gave him a
gas!
slight tugging pain, but he once again dismissed it.
Yeah, that's gas, man. You gotta take a massive shit.
They walked down to the bus stop. They sat there waiting for the bus, and then, all of a sudden, some kid on a skateboard jumped over them, only inches above their laps. They both jumped back in surprise. "Hey, what the hell?" The kid landed and turned back to them.
That's a
He
kid?
picked
What
his
the hell?
skateboard up and caught it in his hands. The kid seemed to be about 12, 1 year younger than Jeff. He wears a Europastale shirt and ripped blue jeans.
That's 1 year younger than...
Well.
What? That's
It
a
looks like we got
12-year-old?
some new meat.
Bruh!
Suddenly, 2 other kids appeared. One was super skinny and the other was huge. Well, since you're new here, I'd like to introduce ourselves. Over there is Keith. Jeff and Lou looked over to the skinny kid.
Keith?
He had a dopey face that you would expect a sidekick to have.
Kind
And
of a
here's Troy.
goon name is
They
that?
looked over at the fat kid.
Watch out for
Talk
Keith.
about a tub of lard. This kid looked like he hadn't exercised since he was crawling. And I,
God.
said the first kid, am Randy. Now, for all the kids in this neighbourhood,
Randy,
there is
huh?
a small price for the bus fare, if you catch my drift. Lou stood up,
Piss
ready
off.
to punch the lights out of the kid's eyes, when one of his friends pulled a knife on him. Tuss, tuss, tuss. I had hoped you would be more cooperative, but it seems we must do this the hard way. The kid walked up to Lou and took his wallet out of his pocket. Jeff got that feeling again. Now it was truly strong, a burning sensation.
He's
He
gonna
stood
bust
up,
ass,
but
man.
Lou gestured
All over
him
the
to sit
back of that
down.
thing. Bad
Jeff
grandpa
ignored him
moment
and
coming
walked
right
to
up.
the
Just...
kid. Listen here, you little punk. Give back my bro's wallet or else. Randy put the wallet in his pocket and pulled down his own knife. Oh, and what will you do? Just as he finished the sentence, Jeff popped the kid in the nose. As Randy reached for his face, Jeff grabbed the kid's wrist and broke it. Randy screamed and
Damn,
Jeff
Sam.
grabbed the knife from his hand. Troy and Keith rushed Jeff, but Jeff was too quick. He threw Randy to the ground. Keith lashed out at him, but Jeff ducked and stabbed him in the arm. Keith dropped his knife and fell to the ground, screaming. Troy rushed him too, but Jeff didn't even need the knife. He just punched Troy straight in the stomach and Troy went down. As he fell, he puked all over. Lou could do nothing but look in amazement
That's
at Jeff.
nasty.
Jeff, how'd you... That was all he said. They saw the bus coming and knew they'd be blamed for the whole thing. So they started
Screw
running as
that,
fast
man.
as
I would have
they
done
could.
worse.
As they
Seriously.
ran, they looked back
Seriously.
and saw the bus driver rushing over to Randy
In
and
my
the others.
day...
As Jeff and Lou made it to school,
Oh, we
they
would have
didn't
done
dare
a
tell what
lot
happened.
worse to little
All
bastards.
they did was sit and listen. Lou just thought of that as his brother beating up a few kids, but Jeff knew it was more. It was something scary. As he got that feeling, he felt how powerful it was. The urge to just
Yeah, it made him feel
hurt
good.
someone.
That's
He
the
didn't
problem
like how
with
it
something like
sounded.
that.
But he couldn't help feeling happy. He felt that feeling go away and stay away from the entire day of school. Even as he walked home due to the whole thing near the bus stop, and how now he probably wouldn't be taking the bus anymore. He felt happy. When he got home, his parents asked him how his day was, and he said in a somewhat ominous
Same old,
voice,
same old.
it was a wonderful day.
Ah,
Next morning, he heard a knock at his front door. He walked down to find 2 police officers at the door, his mother looking back at him with an angry look. Jeff, these officers tell me that you attacked 3 kids, that it wasn't regular fighting, that they were stabbed. Stabbed, son?
yeah, they
Jeff's
pulled a
gaze
knife
fell
on
to
my
the
ass.
floor,
I usually
showing
kill
his mother
somebody
to
over
tip
some
the
shit
screw.
like that.
Mum, they were the ones who pulled the knives on me and Lou. Son, said one of the cops, we found 3 kids, 2 stabbed, 1 having a bruise on his stomach, and we have witnesses proving that you fled the scene. Now, what does that tell us? Jeff knew it was no use. He could say that him and
Dude,
Lou had been attacked.
Tell them that
but
you
then
guys
there
are
was no
douchebags
proof
and
it
don't
was
know
not
how to
them who
do simple
attacked
reasoning
first.
work.
They couldn't say they weren't fleeing because truth be told they were, so Jeff couldn't defend himself or Lou.
No, he said
Son,
because we knew
calm
you were
down,
going
your
to do
brother.
exactly what you're doing
Jeff
right now,
couldn't do
blaming us.
It was him who beat up all the kids. Sir, it was me. I was the one who beat up the kids. Lou tried to hold me back, but he couldn't stop me. The cop looked at his partner and they both nod. Well, kid,
Bullshit.
looks like a year in jury. Wait, says Lou. They all looked up to see him holding a knife. The officers pulled their guns and locked them on Lou.
Whoa,
It was me.
whoa.
I beat up those little punks. Have the marks to prove it. He lifted up his sleeves to reveal cuts and bruises, as if there was a struggle. Son, just put the knife down, said the officer. Lou held up the knife and dropped it to the ground. He put his hands up and walked over to the cops. No, Lou, it was me. I did it. Jeff had tears running down his face. Huh, poor bro, trying to take the blame for what I did. Well, take me away. The police led Lou out to the patrol car.
His mother just
Lou,
lets
tell
this
them
happen?
it was me. Tell them. I was the one who beat up
Mother
those
would've-
kids. Jeff's
Mother
mother
should
put her
lose her
hand on his
shit.
shoulder.
Try to get
Jeff,
exactly
please,
what
you
happened.
don't have to lie. We know it's Lou. You can stop. Jeff watched helplessly as the
jeez.
cop car speeds off with
Okay,
Lou
obviously
inside.
the mom does
A
not
few
know her
minutes
kids, that's
later,
for damn sure.
Jeff's dad pulled into the driveway, seeing Jeff's face and knowing something was wrong. Son, what is it? Jeff couldn't answer. His vocal cords were strained from crying. Instead, Jeff's mother walked his father inside to break the bad news to him, as Jeff wept in the driveway. After an hour or so, Jeff walked back into the house, seeing that his parents were both shocked, sad, and disappointed. He couldn't look at them. He couldn't see how they thought of Lou when it was his fault. He just went to sleep, trying to get the whole thing off his mind. 2 days went
such
by,
bullshit.
with no word from Lou at JDC.
No, I wouldn't
no
lie
friend
if
to
I
hang
didn't
out
say it
with,
wasn't plausible,
nothing
because
but
a lot of
sadness
people are
and
like
guilt.
that.
That is until Saturday, when Jeff is woke up by his mother with a happy, sunshiny face. "Jeff, it's the day," she said as she opened up the curtains and let light flood in his room. What's the day?" asked Jeff, as he stirs awake. "Why, it's Billy's party." He was now fully awake. "Mum, you're joking, right? You don't expect me to go to some kid's party after..." There was a long pause. "Jeff, we both know what happened. I think this party could be the thing that brightens up the past days. Now, get dressed." They crossed the
Bullshit.
street over to Barbara and Billy's house.
God, that is a
Suddenly,
really bad
Randy,
mother.
Troy, and Keith
A
all
bad
jumped
mother.
over the fence on their skateboards. "Hello, Jeff is it?" he said. "We have some unfinished business." Jeff saw his bruised nose. "I think we're even. I beat the crap out of you, and you got my brother sent to JDC. Randy got an angry look in his eyes. "Oh no, I don't go for even. I go for winning. You may have kicked our asses that one day, but not today." Jeff got thrown into the living room. "Come on, Jeff, look at me. I was the one who got your brother sent to JDC, and now you're just going to sit here and let him rot in there for a whole year. You should be ashamed." Randy runs at Jeff. That's when it happens. Something inside Jeff snaps. His psyche is gone. All rational thinking is also gone. All he can do is kill. He grabs Randy and pile drives him to the ground. He gets
What
on
the
top
hell?
of him and punches
The
him
animation's
straight in
pretty
the heart.
bad here.
The punch causes Randy's heart to stop. As Randy gasps for breath, Jeff hammers down on him, punch after punch. Blood gushes from Randy's body until he takes one final breath and dies. Troy and Keith point their guns at Jeff.
They
Jeff
drew
sees the guns
guns?
trained on him and runs to the stairs. As he runs, Troy and Keith let out fire on him. Each shot misses. Jeff runs up the
Oh,
stairs.
where the hell's his
He
mom
hears Troy
during
and
this?
Keith
Is she
follow
not
behind.
home?
As they let out their final shots, Jeff ducks into the bathroom. A thing of bleach fell down on top of him from the top shelf. It burnt both of them, and they both started to scream. As he lay there bleeding to death, he let out an ominous smile. "What's so funny?" asked Jeff. Keith pulled out a lighter and switched it on. "What's funny," he said, "is that you're covered in bleach and alcohol." Jeff's eyes widened as Keith threw the
Alcohol?
lighter at him.
He said
As
bleach.
soon as the flame made
Bleach
contact
fell on
with
him, not
the flames
alcohol.
ignited the alcohol.
I
in
thought
the
they said he
vodka,
was dead.
while the alcohol also burned him. The bleach bleached his skin. Jeff let out a terrible screech as he caught on fire. He tried to roll out the fire, but it was no use. The alcohol made him a walking inferno. He fell down the stairs, dropped to the ground nearly dead. The last thing Jeff saw was his mother and other parents trying to extinguish the flame.
Oh, about time
Then
somebody
he
got off
passed
their
out.
ass after the struggle,
When Jeff woke,
the
he couldn't see anything.
gunshots, the
Finally, he
screaming.
heard his mother. "Honey, are you okay?" she asked. Jeff couldn't answer though. His face was covered, and he was unable to speak. "Oh, honey, I have great news. After all the witnesses told the police that Randy confessed to trying to attack you, they decided to let Lou go. He'll be out by tomorrow.
Oh,
You two
now
will be
they
able to be
decide.
together again." The next couple
Jeez,
of
this
weeks
is a
were those where
horrible
Jeff was
fucking
visited
mother.
by his family.
I
Then
can't
came the
stand
day
horrible
where the
parents.
bandages were to be removed. His family were all there to see it, what he would look like. As the doctors unwrapped the bandages from Lou's face,
Oh,
everyone
God.
was on the edge of their
Joker
seats.
moment here,
They
Joker.
waited until the last bandage holding the cover of his face was removed. "Let's hope for the best," said the doctor. He
Hope for the
quickly pulled
best?
the
What an
plug,
asshole.
letting the rest fall from Jeff's face. Jeff's mother screams at the sight of his face. Lou and Jeff's dad stare awe-struck at his face. What's happened?" He
Mirror.
looked in the mirror and saw the cause of the distress. His face. It's horrible. "Jeff, it's not that bad." "Not bad," said Jeff. "It's perfect." Jeff, are you okay?" "Okay? I've never felt more happy." Look at
Okay,
me.
yeah, this was definitely
His
ripped
face
off
was
of the Joker,
perfectly
okay?
lit. He couldn't stop laughing. "Doctor,
Yeah.
is my son alright? You know, in the head.
No!
Oh yes, this behaviour is typical for patients that have been taken very large amounts of painkillers. If his
No,
behaviour
it is
doesn't
not.
change in a few
It
weeks,
really
bring him
isn't,
back
dude.
here and we'll give him a psychological test. Oh, thank you, Doctor. Jeff, sweetie, it's time to go. Later that
Just
night,
send him
Jeff's
home.
mother woke to a sound coming from the bathroom. It sounded as if someone was crying. She slowly walked over there to see what it was. When she looked into the bathroom, she saw a horrendous sight. Jeff had taken a knife and carved a smile into his cheeks. Jeff, what are you doing?
Actually, what he did is he cut off his
Jeff looked
lips,
over to his mother.
and he cut
I
off
couldn't keep
his
smiling,
cheeks,
Mummy.
so
It
he
hurt
can't
after
do
a
it.
while. Now I can smile forever.
And he also
Jeff's
cut off
mother
his
noticed
eyelids.
eyes, ringed in black. Jeff, your eyes! His eyes were seemingly never closing. I couldn't see my face. I got tired and my eyes started to close. I burned out the eyelids so I could forever see myself, my new face. Jeff's mother slowly started to back away, seeing that her son was going insane. What's wrong,
Going?
Mummy? Aren't I
Going?
beautiful? Yes,
Bruh,
son, she said.
lady,
Yes, you are.
lady, he'd
Let
been
me go
gone
get Daddy,
long
so
ago.
he can see your face. She ran into the room and shook Jeff's dad from his sleep. Honey, get the gun, we. She stopped as she saw Jeff in the doorway holding a knife. Mummy, you lied. That's the last thing they hear as Jeff rushes them with the knife, cutting both of them. His brother Lou woke up, startled by some noise. He didn't hear anything else.
I mean,
so
this
he
is
just
a
shut his
really...
eyes and tried to go
It's,
back
the
to
story
sleep.
is not done very
As
well.
he was on the border of slumber, he got the strangest
It's no
feeling
wonder it got
that
memed to
someone
hell,
was
you
watching
know?
him. He looked up. Before Jeff's hand covered his mouth, he slowly raised the knife, ready to plunge it into Lou. Lou thrashed here and there, trying to escape Jeff's grip. Shush, Jeff said. Just go to sleep.
Okay. So that was Jeff the Killer. He ends them pretty abruptly, you know? So, there's that. Well, still, it's interesting. It's still interesting overall. I do hope you guys enjoyed it. Like this video, subscribe. Definitely click on the link to the original in the description. And like the original and subscribe to Dunbray or Dean Bray. And I will see you guys next time. Tune in every day for new content. And happy Halloween!